A wonderfully warm welcome to you all on this chilly afternoon as we fire up our sport by confirming the British blockbuster, the acrimonious duel that so many sports fans have been waiting for year after year is on. Finally, the green light for two of our finest modern gladiators and former world rulers, the Olympic star, fast, talented and popular Amir on one side, and Kell Brook, the supremely gifted, hard-hitting Winkerbank treasure on the other. There is, ladies and gentlemen, no love lost. There is no certainty as to who will win. There is immense pride and firepower on the line, and quite simply, after all their boxing triumphs over the years, this is the fight and night which both Amir and Kell Brook will be remembered for. February the 19th, in the electric Manchester Arena, live on Sky Sports box office. Stand by for a roller coaster as we find out, all of us fight fans, once and for all, if it's Khan or if it's Brook. Let's get straight to the fighters. Kell, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
When the fight was finally signed, after you've chased it for so long, what were the emotions?
Adam, you know how long this has been going on. Me and him, 17 years this has been talked about. Even the negotiations, it's been unbelievably hard work. You know, it's on, it's been off, it's been on, it's been off. But, you know, finally got it across the line. I'm ecstatic that the fans are going to see this fight, what they've wanted to see for years. And I'm just sick of people coming up to me saying, when are you going to fight and when is it happening? Now we've got a date, February 19th in Manchester. And that's when Amir hits the deck for the final time.
Tell us why there is such bitterness, such hatred really through the years.
It started from us original promoters back in the day. You know, we've always had it that we're going to be fighting each other, you know, but he's always seemed to veer off. He's never given me no respect. He's never acknowledged me. You know, he's never, you know, he's saying, fight this guy and I'll fight you. If we win a world title, I'll fight you. He's always run away, and I think it's come to, you know, this part of his career, you know, where there's nowhere else for him to run. You know, so now he wants to fight. This is the biggest fight out there for him, the biggest money fight, and there's nowhere else for him to go. So this is when he wants it now. So it's been so frustrating for me. I've been wanting this for many years.
Amir, have you been running? Have you been ducking him? Have you got no respect for Kell Brook?
I mean, the respect's there. You know, I respect him as a fighter. He's fought the big names right there, but I'm never been one. In my last 10 fights, if you look at them, in the last 10 years, I fought two of the best pound for pound fighters. Maybe got beat, but still, you know, I'm fighting the best out there. Never ran from Kell. Never needed to. Obviously, what I've achieved in the sport speaks for itself. And but look, we're here now. There's no point crying about the past. I mean, at that time, in the past, I didn't think he deserved the fight. But now it's come to a stage where I'm waiting to give him a good shot right in the face. You know what I mean? I want to put him in his place. I mean, that's what it's all about. End of the day, you know, all that talking has been given, all that big talk he's been saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Come Feb 19, you know, it's going to be time to see what he's going to do and what he can, how he's going to back them words up.
Why don't you think he's deserved this fight? I mean, you shared a ring many years ago when you were both in young England. You've obviously known his quality. Why not give him a fight till now?
I mean, look, it's like I'm coming levels down taking this fight. I fought the best around the world. I've conquered America, and for me to give the British fans this fight, I am coming levels down because you know, people want to see this fight. People want to see me punch him in the face, and that's what they're going to in boxing. But it's my time now to put him in his place and hopefully move on to bigger and better things.
Former world champion, you've done so much for the sport, Kell, but levels and levels below?
Level, you know, he's in cuckoo land. You know, I think he needs to go back to believing he's a celebrity, and he went on.
I mean, being a celebrity is one thing.
I know, but
being
you're getting knocked clean out. I can't wait. This is my first fight. This fight. Forget all my, forget my legacy. Forget the fight. My first fight. I am gonna knock you spark out.
We'll see what happens.
I'm gonna knock you spark out.
We'll see.
You're getting it. You're getting it.
It's easy to talk a big game. It's easy to talk a big game. Yeah, and you know when you keep saying,
speak louder than words, and you believe. Watch what happens to you.
You're very big.
I'm gonna look over you and tell. I told you, Amir. I'm gonna look over you, knock spark out, and say, I told you. Levels below you.
You finish. I mean, you always have that bitterness in you that, you're living that celebrity life, because you know what's got me to this celebrity life is my performances, the way I am as a fighter, as a boxer.
It started from the early days, from the amateurs.
That's what got me to this position. You know what I mean? So if I was a bad boxer, if I wasn't good, I wouldn't be in this position.
I said that you're bad,
because of what I've done in the sport. You know what I mean? So it seems to me you're just very bitter on that side.
Not big, so. You've got me no respect. You've never acknowledged me saying, who is Kell Brook? I've heard you say, who is there many years ago. You know exactly who I am. And you're going to know because I'm going to retire you.
We know
this fight.
We know what you've done. Listen, you're half retired now anyway.
Yeah, what are you?
Make sure you're fully finished. So don't start giving the bigger ones now. But look,
I can't wait to spark you out.
On Feb 19, you ain't going to do shit. I'm telling you, you're not going to do shit. Trust me. You give it the big talk.
You reckon?
You give it the big talk, but like I said, we'll see what happens on the night. But you better get in that gym and start training. You look well overweight as you are now. You need to lose some pounds there. Yeah, you know what I
mean? We're fighting in 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
I'll be ready. Don't you worry.
No, a little bit less than that. 10. Listen, 10. So get the date right first, because I don't want you pull something out of the bag and say, you know what, I can't make weight, whatnot. But look, 147 was the weight wanted. You still complain. You still complain making
no title on the line. So
regardless of title, we are both 147 fighters.
So if you're that good, why does it need to be a weight? Why does it need to be a weight? Because there's no title on the line.
Because why do we are both welterweight fighters.
Why do we need to meet? Why do we need to come down to these weights? Why?
Because
there's no title on the line. You're just trying to corner it. You're trying to corner it.
You've said numerous times, Amir, I will come down to any weight to fight you. You said that, and I posted it on my Twitter, but you didn't. You complaining about making 147, but me obviously giving the British people the fight that they want. I said no problem. If you want to go at 149, no problem.
I've bent over back for your demands. You're coming out second. It's you.
But listen.
Just to get you in the ring.
You got the fight. You got the fight, didn't you? You got the fight, didn't you? You got the fight. Listen, I'm coming levels down to fight you. Remember, I'm coming levels down to fight you.
You reckon?
100% I am.
You reckon?
Yes, I am.
What, from Billy Dib? What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean levels down?
You know the Billy Dib fight.
How many times you guys spark out?
Listen, just to Billy Dib fight. I'm telling you, look, you would not said no to that. When you're getting offered 10 million quid for a fight against Billy Dib,
for a confidence booster.
You've
only boxing for a confidence booster.
Listen, who's going to say no? I'm a prize fighter.
For featherweights, I'm not like Gomez put you down.
I'm a prize fighter.
Went out them whiskers. Them brownies.
You got knocked out by a jab. You got knocked out by a jab by Crawford. I'll speak to Crawford. You pussy, you don't start giving me the big ones. By a jab.
You look for a way out. Quit in that fight, you.
Man, you got knocked out by a jab, so stop giving me the big one.
I like it. I love that press.
We'll see what you do on February 19.
We will.
Listen, there's no point giving the big ones now. You know, everyone can talk. We'll see what you bring to the table. We'll see what you bring on the table on Feb 19.
Kell, how much does this mean to you throughout your whole career, this one fight?
This is icing on cake. This is the grudge match. This is the fight what I won. I've been in with best pound for pound fighters. So this is icing on cake. This is what I need. This fight, you know, I'm sick of everyone asking me about this fight. We've got this fight now.
You sure you're not doing it for the payday?
Huh?
You sure you're not doing it for the payday? Me, I got balls, man. I'm alright. Trust me. I mean, I don't need to work.
Are you sure?
Listen, I'm alright. I'm God gifted.
Are you
Hope
sure?
you're not coming in for the payday because you're gonna get hurt.
This is an easy fight for me. Easy, you're easy.
Okay, we'll see.
We're gonna see.
And after the fight, I'm gonna ask you the same question.
I'm not sure the same question.
Was it easy fight?
I'm not sure the same question.
100%.
You're getting knocked clean out. You ain't know who I am after I've been knocked concussed, knocked out.
We'll see.
So Amir, why do you take the fight? Money's fine.
I took the fight. You know what? Because in Britain, it's the biggest fighter there. Look, take away the AJ and Fury fight. I think that's the biggest fight in Britain. But apart from that, it has to be the rivalry fight between myself and Kell. It's been talked about everywhere. People talk about it. People want to see that fight. And I decided that, look, we should make that fight happen. End of the day, we should put our egos to a side and say, let's put the gloves on and take it that way. Look, I respect him. He's a fighter. You know, end of the day, anyone to jump, whoever goes into that square circle, you have to give him credit. You're putting your life on the line. Kell signed, we signed, and now it's time.
So there is some respect.
Well, it's the first time I've heard it. It's the first time I've heard any respect from him. But believe you me, after this fight, if he can remember my name, he will give me respect when he comes round.
Is it about bragging rights as well?
Of course it's about bragging rights. I'm still the best welterweight in Britain. And I'm sure everyone who's going to watch this fight, everyone's going to watch this fight because of the grudge match and because of the history, him running away and never winning the fight.
I was never running away, Kel.
Why did that fight not happen?
I was campaigning in America. I was fighting the bigger names. Why did it happen till now? I was fighting the bigger names. I was fighting the bigger fights. My dream was always to fight in America, to become a...
You don't want to lose to another Brit. That's what it is. You'll fight these Mexicans and all these other fighters.
When you're getting bigger fights in America.
No, but this is the fight the fans want. We want. This is what we're on this table for the fans. So I want to give the fight to the fans. Why it took till now for the fans to have it? Listen, I want to give back to the fans for many years.
Regardless, it was then or now. They're getting it, aren't they? That's the main thing. We're doing it for the fans now. You know what I mean? So they're happy. We're going to give them a massive fight. Come Feb 19, we're both going to perform at our best. And we're going to be ready for it. I mean, it's going to be fireworks.
Just make sure you turn up. Don't, because it's...
Me?
This is a big thing for your team.
Which fight have I never turned up at? Which fight have I never turned up at?
No, but you're being... This fight...
Shut up.
Listen, what do you mean shut up?
Shut up, man.
You make sure you turn up, brother.
Listen, it's better if you stay quiet because the shit you're coming out with just doesn't make sense. So you better stay quiet because...
Amir, Kell says he'll knock you out. You going to knock him out?
This fight ain't going to go the 12 rounds. All right? Kell's going to say, I got this, I got chocolate brownies, you ain't got shit. I mean, we ain't got nothing. We see what happens on the night. Listen, I'm not going to give a prediction, but like I said, only prediction I'm going to say is that it's not going to go 12.
How important is it that it's in Manchester, that it's in Britain, that it's the biggest fight of next year?
So there was huge deals on the table. Dubai was interested in doing this fight, Saudi Arabia, but we wanted this fight to be in the UK, and obviously to have Sky on board for this is amazing. And I think it's very important to have it in the UK, for the British fans, give them the chance to see it live instead of it being a different hours in the days. But I mean, to have them, give them a chance to come and enjoy the fight and see the fight will be massive, So being in Manchester, the Amir Arena, where I've had some great experiences, it's going to be right there. And not far from either of us. Obviously, Kell's from Sheffield, which is not far, and I'm from Bolton, so it's literally in between.
Kell, the Battle of the North, Lancashire, Yorkshire rivalry as well. It's got everything, hasn't it?
And I boxed this one. To see who the King of the North is in.
Have you been dreaming of this night? I mean,
we have been. You talk every time we've been each other at this fight. But, it's a fight that I'm so happy that the fans are finally going to get. I can't wait to start training camp. And like I said, this is my first fight. Forget me winning world titles. This fight to me means everything. I can't wait.
And you're training out with Terence Crawford in America, and you're ready for it.
Yeah, definitely. My training camp's started. We've been training the last couple of months. I go to America tomorrow to start my camp properly. Got a great team there. Mark couldn't make it. Obviously, he had someone in the family passed away, so he couldn't make it. But camp's going to be good. It's going to be hard. I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be tough, but it's what I like.
You're excited about this one?
I'm really excited. I definitely have to be excited. I got Kell on the other sides screaming like a bitch, but it is what it is. I'm going to be ready, man. This for me is a massive fight. I'm not going to say it's like a world title fight because obviously I fought bigger names and better names, but it's a big fight.
Same here.
It's a big fight where I'm going to just, and the thing is, he's giving the big talk that I'm this, I'm like me. Like, you'll see on Feb 19th how I play and school this guy. Just like the early days when I used to school him. Why is it I got picked for the Olympic team? Because I was schooling Kell Brook with one hand. I used to be going to the training camp and the coach used to tell me, Amir, just use one hand against him now.
He's so deluded. That guy is so deluded.
I go, which hand
you want? Too hard, Amir. You're being it too hard.
For the jab doing the left hook, uppercut. And they go, just for the jab. And I used to school him with a jab.
And then dream
wait till I started 1, 2, left hook, right hand, uppercut. Oh, you've had it. Trust me, you are going to get it.
You're being it too hard, brother. You know what happened in that sparring.
But I got picked. So
Yeah,
if
you've
you
got
was
the
schooling me, if you was
politics,
schooling me,
politics in
sparring,
the
if
sport.
you was,
They don't
what
like the Ingle style where they aren't like.
How
they
is
don't-
it? How is politics in amateur boxing? Are
That's
you
what
saying?
they're into,
Are
stand
you
up like
saying
you.
ABA Amateur Boxing Association is corrupt? Are you trying to say that
Well,
politics?
no, I'm saying that
because it can't be because I was a better
guys
fighter.
like you.
No, it's easy
Fools.
when you look at a sparring session and think, wait a minute, that poor kid, which you're using probably the blue corner, getting battered. And if we can't put him in there, we can't put him inside a championship or send him abroad to get beat. I mean, that's the reason I got picked, because I was schooling you all the time.
You aren't school nobody, mate.
I don't know.
Great, isn't it? A little bit of tension up here. The man who put it together, Boxers CEO Ben Shalom.
I think we've just seen why this fight never happened. The past 5 months have been exhausting with both teams to try and get this over the line.
I mean,
And so,
one of the main reasons it didn't happen because he was so jealous about my career. I mean, it was the jealousy more than anything. He hates what I've got.
it's been difficult, and so to have it to finally get over the line, this was something we have a massive commitment to the British sport when we got in with Sky, and we made Eubank Williams, and we're bringing Josh Taylor back to the UK. But this was just it's a dream come true. We got two icons of the sport, but most importantly, there's still the two best welterweights in this country by a long way. You know, I think people forget that by a long way, and so. You know, this is a massive fight for us to be involved in. And to be honest, I just want to say thank you to the fighters, because they had offers from everywhere. And I believe I'm sure Terry will get them out later, from everywhere. And they could have taken more money. They could have done it in different countries. But both of them independently, not agreeing with each other, wanted it in the UK. And to have it at the Manchester Arena, my hometown as well, is a huge thing for the British sport. It's a huge thing for the fans, and I think I'm so excited. This got to be the biggest fight outside, as Amir said, AJ Fury. So yeah, fair play to both fighters for finally getting this on for us.
Let's bring Dan in, representing boxer, but a fight fan to the core as well. Is this about legacy, this fight? Is it about who and what will be remembered come February the 20th?
I think so. Regardless of who both of them have fought, they've always been compared to one another. Always seems to come back to them two. And you can see why it's a genuine dislike for each other. They don't get on. You can see why it hasn't been made over the years. But now we have it. And it has all the familiar symptoms of a classic, in my opinion. It has two huge names, two former world champions, two fighters who are willing to go up and face the most feared fighters in the sport. And most importantly, I think it's always been a fight that's had fans split on who the winner would be. We've never had the answer, and now we're going to get the answer.
Adam, there's a lot of fake rivalry in this sport. It never happened. Was it meant too much? I think world titles, I think everyone's, Kell's gone and fought 2 weights above against Golovkin. Amir's gone and fought Canelo. They've won world titles. They've done everything. But this fight just meant too much to both fighters. So to have it now, this is more than world titles. This is legacy. This is something that Amir will be remembered for. And this is something that Kell will be remembered for. And that's why this is such a massive, massive fight. And, yeah, I can't wait.
It's fantastic to have both dads up here on the top table, who I'm sure have lived and breathed through this over the last 15, 20 years. Let's go to Terry first. Terry, I've seen some of the posters in your house, and it's always been that the Amir Khan name has been out there for you to sort of hunt down with your son, with Kell. So when you finally got it together, when all these months and months of negotiations were over, what was the household like then?
I won't say I know everybody's obviously emphatic, that it's got made, from a very young age. I think it were when Kell, round about the 18 mark. I remember big articles in Boxing News which used to stand on my wall at the shop I used to run at the time. I used to keep a big scrapboard on there, and in them days it were better than Amir Khan. The comparisons were drawn then, because right back from the early amateur days, Amir used to win the ABAs, the weight below Kell, and Kell would win it at the one above, and they were very close on weight all the way through that. And the comparisons were also always drawn from as early as being, you know, 17-year-old, that these two were the best in England. And obviously, you know, we believe that the paths would cross at some time. We didn't visualise that it would take this long. You know, personally, I do hold Amir responsible for a lot that's happened, you know, in Kell's career and how things have gone through this fight, not getting made, and everybody's on about it. So to eventually have this fight made, that we can, you know, give it to the fans, that everybody's always wanted this. You know, it's here, and we embrace it, and we're just glad that we can, you know, eventually make history. You know, because what'll happen in that ring will be history, and it would have been sad if we'd have left this sport without this fight happening.
Yeah, we need this fight. We've lost so many over the years. Lewis and Bowe never fought. Hatton and Witter never fought. We never had Calzaghe and Froch. So many have sort of gone by the wayside, but we finally get this one together. And it does still feel the right time for this. You hear the boys, you hear your son here.
Well, from Kell's point of view, you know, I've seen people referring to this fight as a bus flush, you know, which is a complete load of crap. You know, if you look at Kell, what is he? He's 35-year-old. I mean, last week we had Crawford fighting Porter, you know, two of the best welterweight, and Kell's still in that mix today. Is literally 1 year older than Crawford, who beat Porter and knocked him out, you know, last week. So I still put Kell in that mix, as in there with the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. You know, we went out and tried to prove that we were the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, when really and truly we didn't even sort out who was the best pound-for-pound fighter in UK. And that's what I'm so glad that it's here today, and we've got the chance of actually getting this to prove who's the best in England.
You do say that you have some responsibility, that Amir has maybe even held Kell back at times, you think, because of that. Is that a personal thing that you've got going into this?
Yes, but basically in a nutshell, you know, because we always got, you know, the rough end of the stick going down the line, you know, coming through the ranks, and we had to go certain ways, go other ways, you know. There were lots of ifs, buts and maybes along the way, you know, and that's where personally I know that Amir is responsible for a lot that happened in Kell's career.
Ifs, buts and maybes, Shah. We've been talking about this for a very, very, very long time. What's the feeling in the Khan household? What's the feeling in Bolton about this?
As you know, Adam, we have talked a lot about it with Eddie as well. You know, we always wanted this fight. Amir always wanted a fight. You know, but unfortunately, there's always been little hurdles here and there, and unfortunately, they never got ironed out. And that's the reason the fight never happened. The fighters always want to fight. Of course, they want to fight, but as long as the terms are right. And unfortunately, every time we were trying to do a deal with Kell's team, and it just didn't happen because there were all certain hurdles there. But now we've got it over the line. That's great, you know. And I agree with Terry. These are the two best guys in UK, and I think they should get it on, and we'll find out who the best guy is. And I reckon probably do know who the best guy is out there, you know. And on the night, on the 19th of February, I think Amir is the guy who's going to come out there.
There's been a lot of talk on this side that your son's been ducking Kell over the years. Do you feel that he's just gone his own way and carved his own path, or do you think that, you know, there's a little truth in that Kell has been sort of left aside?
Well, not really. I wouldn't say he's been ducking him at all. Yes, I mean, look at opponents Amir's fought. You know, I mean, you can see it there on his resume, who's fought. He's fought the best guys out there. You know, okay, Kell goes on about Billy Dibbs. To be honest with you, that was a guy, last minute was brought in for him. You know, because the other guy fell out, and then that's why they had to bring somebody in. So you can't say, the show had to go on, you know. But Amir has never ducked anybody, and he never will. You know, Amir is there to win. He don't want to be left as a second best. And Kell, on the night, I mean, Kell's going to come with the best Kell out there. And Amir will be the best out there. And you know something, to the British public, everybody will know who is the best guy out there. I mean, like Amir said before, if Kell was so good, why didn't he get to the international camps and etc.? You know what I mean? But that's all make do now. Forget all about that. Let's get the fight on and hopefully find out who the best guy is.
And in Manchester, not far away, everyone on the streets talking about it. Is it Khan? Is it Brook? And once and for all, we decide and we find out.
Great place to fight. Manchester Arena is a great place, great arena, you know. Nearly 20,000 people will be in there. I know he'll sell out. Everybody wants to see the fight. certain people say, oh yeah, he's too old. These guys are too old. Both guys are the same age. 30-odd-year-old is not an old guy. 35-year-old, they're not old. You know what I mean? There's still fighters out there winning world titles. And these guys are keen. They want to fight. And I think they'll be the best performance out of both guys.
And both have been elite fighters, of course, over the years, fighting everybody. Dominic Ingle, you've been around Kell for seemingly ever. I remember when Kell was, 10 or 11, and we first saw him in the Winkerbank gym, and your dad sort of brought him through. I mean, over the years, has it been the same for you, that Amir's been a name that's just been there, young England and into the professional ranks, that somebody you wanted to get your hands on?
Yeah, I mean, it goes way back to, I can remember Kell coming off a training camp and saying, I've been training with Amir Khan. What's it like? He said, yeah, he's good, fast. He says, but nothing sparkling about him. So it's been going on since that time, both with Frank Warren, about making a fight, in the early 20s. It never materialised. They both went different ways. So, finally we're here. Some people think it's way past its sell-by date, but, whichever way they think about it, it's going to be car crash TV. It's going to be a cracking fight. It's not going to go the distance. I mean, I think the deciding factors are going to be Khan's inactivity. Kell's still got the punch, but Khan still hasn't got the resilience anymore. He suffers from very, very heavy knockdowns in his career,
and it affects.
You got knocked out by a jab.
You got knocked out by a jab.
Yeah, he did.
It was a jab, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Knocked out by a jab. What I will say about Kell against Crawford, he made the wrong decision. I think he didn't have the perfect training camp. He relied on himself for that one, and he misjudged it badly. He should have done a lot better. He should have done a lot better with Crawford, and he didn't. So, that's a lesson learned. That's where we are. Maybe that's why he's got the fight. But what I will say is Kell still got his punch. Khan still hasn't got the resilience. He never has had much of a chin, but he can box. He's got reflexes fast. As long as he can keep out of the way, he's going to be all right. But it's only going to be a matter of time when Kell connects, because Kell's still got the punch, he's still got the reflex, he's still got the speed, and he's still got the fitness. He's been training since the summer. He's not just starting camp now. He's been in it thinking this fight was going to happen before December. So I know how long he's been in the gym, and I know how he's looking. And you're just starting your camp. You might have done a bit, fair enough. But I think over time, I think Kell's in a lot better shape. I think you're just worse for wear. But it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be very interesting. Do you think actually the styles gelling now will make it more electric, that it can't go the distance that somebody's going to go?
Yeah, he's not going to go the distance, because I don't think Amir's got it in him to do the distance anymore. I think his hardest fight was Crawford. He put up a great display till he got hit. He did more rounds than Kell, but when he made his comeback fight, whichever way it was, he got Billy Dib, but whoever they had before that, I can't remember who it was. It wasn't be a hard fight. So he's been out of the mix for a long time. He's been, living the celebrity lifestyle. Fantastic. He's got a great lifestyle. It's great, for the people in Britain. He is a role model for a lot of people, and that's good. And, with Kell Brook, it's been boiling for a long, long time. And like I say, it's all over the forums. It's all over social media. People are anticipating this fight. That it is going to be a good fight. It's going to sell out Manchester Arena, and it's going to be a great fight. And, hopefully, Khan's going to turn up. He's not going to be on a dinner date on the 14th with his missus, and not making the weight. He's going to turn up on the 19th, and it's going to be a good fight.
Just before I go to Amir, it will be a sellout, and to access pre-sale tickets, be the first in line, please sign up at boxer.com. Just an important announcement there, because it will be banged out in the AO Arena in Manchester on February the 19th. Amir, how do you respond to Dominic's words?
I don't know what to say. I mean, look, he's a trainer. I know he's saying that Kell's in such good shape. Looks like a blob to me. I mean, to look in the best shape. Don't know what type of training he's doing, but I mean, all the very best to him in training camp. We know we're going to be ready. I've been smashing the gym out myself, and yeah. I mean, look, come Feb 19th, it's going to be there's going to be fireworks. It's going to be a massive event, and it's just going to feel so good to shut him up, once and for all, because this fight's been talked about for such a long time. At least I can then give him a good beating and then move on to other things. Because every time, Kell probably gets it a lot as well. When you're fighting Khan, people asking me when you're fighting Brook. I think it's going to be nice just to put a stop to it all, after Feb 19th. We all know then who the man is, and obviously it'd be nice to then move on to other things.
He wants to move on to other things? You're just focused on Feb 19th, aren't you? Dominic says you're in training, that you're ready. Do you feel good? Do you feel right again?
I feel right, yeah. I've been training for a while. We're obviously going to step it up now, bring the diet into place and be ready. You know, I think actions speak louder than words, and I'll be ready for February 19th. It's going to be carnage.
What wins you the fight, Kell?
Accuracy, you know, power, you know, relentless, just coming forward to take his chin clean off his head. Basically, I'm coming. Forget boxing, forget what I've learned. I'm coming for a pub fight. I'm coming for a car park scrap. That's what's happening.
And what brings you victory, Amir, on February the 19th, once and for all against Kell?
Not a car park scrap. I mean, I think he needs a little bit more than that, trust me. I mean, who says that? Who says a car park scrap?
May I say it?
Come on. I mean, you're a professional fighter.
We're going to stand in the middle of that boxing ring there. We're going to have it out.
Kell, you have just... Anyway, he just does not know how to promote a fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, I'm gonna come there and just do what I do best. Look, I think we both need more than just a car park scrap. We're gonna have to have a good game plan. Go in there, look good, feel good, and like Dominic just mentioned earlier, you know, we saw Crawford at the same age as us, who's 35, went and beat Porter. Look great. So, you know, when people say the age, because me and Kell are similar age, I'm 35 next week and Kell's 35, and I think a lot of people say, oh, these guys are old, but no, I think we're at the peak of our career where we feel at the strongest, the fastest, the quickest, and, you know, I think if training camp goes well for both of us, I think they will have this will be a cracking fight. You know, we're both strong, we've been in with the best, we've got the experience behind us as well. So here's a fight that's it could be, a lot of people think it's a 50-50 fight. I mean, but it's going to be an exciting one.
Well, finally, Kell, look down at Amir, just look down at the table and just tell him what happens February 19th.
He gets knocked spark out.
You ain't going to do shit.
You're going to get knocked spark out
shit.
like you always do.
No, that talking you give, but fuck.
Amir, what happens? Look at Kell, what happens?
He's going to get banged out. Honestly, I'm going to school him like I used to do when I used to be inspiring. I mean, that's, just put a punch right through his face, man. I'm going to sort him out.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Ben,
You'll see.
Final word, Ben, on the promotion and how excited you are about the next few weeks.
Yeah, I can't wait for this promotion to get started. Obviously, we have, to be honest, two icons of the British sport that we should be very proud of. I think both of them have conquered the world. Both of them have won world titles. Both of them now come into this fight with all the learnings from the big fights, from all the mistakes that they've made. But they come in at exactly the same position, and that's what makes this so compelling. Both have still a lot in the tank. Both don't want to take fights domestically that are any lower than this. And I think finally we will find out whether it's Brook or Khan. And to be honest, I think they both got to be careful, because this is what, in 10, 15 years, when people talk about Amir Khan or Kell Brook, this is what is going to be mentioned. This will be what lasts in the memory. And so there's more than world titles on the line on this one. This is about legacy, and it runs deep in both families.
Congratulations to Team Khan and Team Brook and the Boxer team for making this fight happen. Sky Sports box office, February the 19th. It is on, the green light. We're going to pose the two for one final head-to-head at the front, and then they will be available for one-on-one interviews. We wish them the best in their training camps, and thank you for bringing us the fight that, as fans, we've all waited for. Thanks, boys.
straight down the middle as well. Straight in the middle, please. First, gentlemen, thank you.